Morning, Sunday, July 26th. Looks like it's going to be another hot day. Anyhow, the Palestinian foreign minister claims that Jews control Apple and Google. And we always have these complaints against the Jews. They control everything. So he says it's obvious who owns them, and the Israeli Jewish influence on them is also obvious. That's what the Prime Minister says. That's what he claimed in a recent interview, that Jews control the giant tech companies, Apple and Google. He appeared on Palestinian TV on July 18th making these ridiculous claims. You know, that Apple Maps and Google Maps had removed the name Palestine from their application, so you couldn't find Palestine on the map. Now, who really gives a shit? But in any event, it wasn't true. Now, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, is not Jewish, nor Israeli. And Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, is an Indian-American Hindu. So they would have no reason necessarily to favor Jews as opposed to favoring Palestinians. Yeah, so the Prime Minister also claimed that Palestine was going to take legal action in some international courts. And they're exploring that option right now. And he also said, we hope to begin taking measures in the next few days. Well, good luck to them, because it ain't going to happen. Now on to some more serious anti-Semitic matter. Ilhan Omar is slammed for implying her opponent in the primaries is in the pocket of Jewish contributors. Now, we've heard these stories before, but in this case, the American Jewish Congress slammed the congresswoman, saying she had crossed the line by sending out an election flyer accusing her opponent of being in the pocket of Wall Street. And then she proceeds to list only Jewish donors to his campaign. Now, just in case you don't remember, this is the woman who made statements when she was first elected to Congress that caused Congress to produce H.R. 183, which was a resolution condemning anti-Semitism as a hateful expression and other expressions of intolerance that were contradictory to the values and aspirations that define the people of the United States. It also mentioned anti-Muslim discrimination and bigotry against minorities as hateful expressions of intolerance that are contrary to the values and aspirations of the United States. But she was never sanctioned. Censure is a less severe form of disciplinary action. It is an official sanction of a member, but it does not remove them from office. Expulsion is probably what should have happened, but it didn't. And it's obvious that she hasn't learned her lesson. Anyhow, back to the topic of raising money. It's a common campaign tactic for the progressives to attack their moderate foes for taking big corporate money. But when you solely mention Jewish donors by name while painting your opponent as being in their pocket to do their bidding on financial issues, that's really stepping over the line. And since Omar has openly admitted to being an anti-Semite, well, virtually admitted to being an anti-Semite, we certainly know that she went over the line and why she went over the line and why she picked out this one particular opponent, since there are 4 other people running against her. But she picked out the one that raised more money than she did. And we know he didn't get all his money from Jews. A local rabbi who had discussions with Omar about her positions and her anti-Semitic tropes was really upset about the whole thing because he thought he had put it to bed. He said, I am dismayed that especially in the heat of the primary season, such nuanced hate still rises to campaign literature. So obviously, she didn't learn anything. And I'll tell you what's even more disturbing. If she can do that, it indicates to me that her entire constituency looks away from this problem. Why would people vote for an anti-Semite? That means that the entire constituency is anti-Semitic. And maybe that's true. And maybe that's a reflection of a part of this country that none of us wants to pay attention to. But we all know, we of the Jewish faith all know that anti-Semitism is on the rise, and that we could have a public official, openly anti-Semitic, running in an election, accusing one of her primary competitors for getting money from Jews, and then going out and possibly winning the election. What does that say about all the people that live in her district? I tell you what it says. They're anti-Semites. And I don't know when the world is going to get rid of them. In addition to her constituency, I saw a picture of her holding hands with Bernie Sanders, the lead progressive in this country, and the both of them are smiling. So why would Bernie Sanders, who's a Jew, be holding hands with an anti-Semite and smiling? That's an indication that he supports her and her views. And for that, he has lost a great deal of any respect I had for him. And there are other problems with anti-Semitic groups and other groups that sprout anti-Semitism. And I'm not going to mention what the Black Lives Matter have in their charter, because that's a whole other topic. So for now, I'll just say that we have to watch our step, but we have to be firm, and we have to continue the good work that we do all around the world. And so I'll leave you with that thought. Let's continue to do all the good work in spite of what people think of us. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the morning.